This portion of Lee Pitts Live is brought to you by Hodges University, educating the leaders of our community for over 20 years.
All right, welcome back, Southwest Florida. You know, I said my good friends about for a lot of people, but these are really my good friends. And when I say my good friends for people like Fred Morgan, who'll be here next week, those are really my good friends. So Tom Scott and Reverend Suarez, we go back a long way. Let's bump, fellas.
Let's do it.
Reverend Suarez, Tom Scott, welcome to Lee Pitts Live. So excited to get you back here. Rick, if you can cue up that Southwest Florida Enterprise Center spot, I might call you for that later on with Tom Scott in it. Reverend Suarez, Nations Association, CEO, and now you're going into a new area where you're going to actually be in broadcast communication with radio. Tell us the name of the radio station and how people will be able to listen to it, where you are right now.
It's a Christian Mission International radio station, and we had our main office in New York. We have about 13 radio stations international. And now we see the growth in our area, and we feel that we can have something that to educate and give some information to our community, in particular to the Spanish area.
Right, because you'll be able to educate people on things that are going on in the education system, social system, financial. You have all types of formats there, right?
That's correct. That's one of the main issues, to try to let know the people so many programs and so many things that are going in the area that sometimes they can't get it. But now through the radio station, we can do that, you know, so.
Rev Suarez, when are you going to retire, man? Every time I look up, you got another thing to make the community better. Do you ever go just say it's over? I mean, you've been making the community better for at least 30 years.
Well, you know, let me put it this way. When you really care for the fellow man, and when you really in the community so unique, and you have to understand that Lee County and the city, we live in a unique community that we're growing, so anything that we can do to do better, and we are here to do that.
Tom, to have Reverend Suarez come to the Southwest Florida Enterprise Center, that's a classic example of how the Enterprise Center is benefiting our community and getting an entrepreneur onto a venture that's going to make us a better place all around, right?
Absolutely. That's what the doors are open for. That's what we're there to help with, whether it's a broadcast business or a manufacturing business or a service business. All of those things have a home potentially at the Southwest Florida Enterprise Center. We're tickled to death to have Reverend Suarez and the radio operation there, because it will be a great outreach into the community.
Tell us about the genesis of the early conversations, you and Reverend Suarez, and how you saw how that would fit into the Enterprise vision, Enterprise Center concept.
Well, it's always, for me, been a gap in the community, and a voice to get out to primarily a Spanish-speaking population and bring them into the community and let them know that they're part of this. So that's really how the whole conversation started. His associates from the New York, New Jersey area, where the parent corporation came down to visit, and were impressed by the facility that they saw and the opportunity to be in the community that they really wanted to reach. And they had an opportunity to acquire an existing station, 1440 AM, with two big towers out in Lehigh, and I'm told that the signal can reach as far as Miami and in that direction, and who knows how far up north, Sarasota and beyond. So it's going to be a powerful signal and a powerful thing to be coming out of a place like the Southwest Florida Enterprise Center.
And Reverend Suarez, the Enterprise Center, because it has a lot of things in place, secretarial services and all these kind of things there, fax machines and so on, that made an easy transition for you in terms of cost and getting to where you wanted to get.
Let me put it this way, enterprise is coming to be something good for a small business. I mean, I don't think I can find a better place, cheaper place, that facility. We have everything there, and we can serve the people more, and that can reduce, you know, our money.
That's great.
In operation, you know.
Now, the Hispanic community, I mean, it doesn't take an African-American scientist to see that the Hispanic community is just growing leaps and bounds here in Southwest Florida. Does that also bolster your optimism about the success of the radio station?
That's one of the reasons. Yeah, you know, and we're looking to see not only going into the Spanish, we might do it we can give somebody an opportunity to participate because we're in the area, ethnic area. So we try to open the door for somebody else to try.
In other words, there could be a Lee Pitts Live on the radio in there.
I don't have no problem.
Okay, we will talk about that off the air. I need to get on radio, man, because I got a face for radio. Go ahead,
let me tell you, I'd like to say thank you to our mayor and the city council.
Randy Henderson?
And the city council that they opened the door and this facility, to bring program and to bring so many things that benefit. Because when you see that facility, what you see is a small business, they try to survive, and they're doing good.
Incubator concept. Let's go back to you, Tom, and kind of people who are watching us from all over Southwest Florida. Tell them about that incubator concept and how the city ties into that when Suarez mentions the mayor and the city council.
Well, the city basically underwrites a portion of the cost for all of our tenants, including the radio station coming in, and because the rates that we charge for the space that we have to rent, whether it's office or warehouse space, are below the average rates that apply in that particular area for basically brand new facilities. So that's a step the city has taken in that direction. They also incurred some debt over the long haul to build the thing, along with the grant money that we got from the federal government to construct this new facility.
Beautiful, beautiful facility. I love it every time I come out there. Now, where are we with the Enterprise Center now in terms of occupancy, and tell our viewers some other types of warehouse space you have there as well?
Well, right now, I'm very happy to say we're 100% occupied, offices and warehouse space. So praise the Lord for that. We've been several years getting there and coming through this difficult economic time that's hit Fort Myers as well as everybody else, but we are now at 100%. So that means that we now have some people who have been in the facility for a number of years, and it's time for them to really start looking hard and saying, now where am I going to go with my business? That was the purpose of a business incubator, not to become a permanent residence for a business, but a place to start, get your legs underneath you, build your strength, and get ready to move on into your own facility, creating more room again for somebody else to come in and start.
Does Rick have that spot hot? No. Rick, let's go ahead and run that spot.
Hi, I'm Tom Scott, Director of the Southwest Florida Enterprise Center. Come on in, let me show you around.
The City of Fort Myers has supported new and early-stage businesses by providing a location and technical assistance to new business owners. Tenants also have access to free business consulting, professional receptionist office, free Wi-Fi, 2 conference rooms, a large training room, copier and fax. Many new businesses now operating successfully have had their start at the Southwest Florida Enterprise Center.
We chose the Enterprise Center because of its proximity in the community.
Positive feedback from the staff. Mr. Tom Scott was always there for us.
No importa de qué país usted venga, en Southwest Florida Enterprise hay un espacio para usted.
I love being at the center here because it gives me the opportunity to meet different type of businesses.
If you have a business idea you would like to pursue, call Tom Scott at 239-321-7085 and come join us.
Okay, we're back Southwest Florida, and that gives you an overview of the Enterprise Center. Now, back to you, Reverend Suarez. If people are out there now and they say, hey, I got a radio idea, it's great, you're going to have 24-hour, I'm assuming you're having a 24-hour station, right?
That's correct.
I don't know if we have a phone number up on the screen for you, but how can people get in touch with you?
At this point, you can call me to my 239-707-5520. Right now, we are doing all that.
Okay.
New phone and everything.
All right, and if you didn't get that, just hit me up at Lee Pitts Live. I'll give you Reverend Suarez's phone number. What do you think this is going to do for the community, and what kind of buzz are you hearing from the people in the community now that they know a new radio station is coming?
Let me tell you, it's coming to be a big impact because we don't have any Spanish radio station into education and educate and let them know what's going on around the county and the city. There's going to be a big impact because it's going to be educational, and the community need that, and we're going to be strong in that, and to try to let the people know, all the service and the many things that can be benefit.
Now, we talked about you have some associates in New York who already have a foundation in place with radio already. What does that do in terms of making your project easier to launch because you got an existing corporation that's behind you?
Sure, because it's going to open a new radio station here going to cost me a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So me being linked with them, they're going to cost me less.
Right.
And I can do more. And this is a big company in New York. I mean, they have radio station international. So they already saw what's going on here in South Florida. So they know the growth. So I said, this is a big explosion into the Spanish community. Let's do something about it. So that's why we combine everything. And they give me the opportunity. They put in all the equipment and they do everything and they put all the money. The only thing I gotta do is administrate it and make sure everything's go.
It's going to be a success. Looking forward to having you in media. When people, around what date should people be able to turn their radio station to 1440 AM and hear your radio show?
Let me tell you right now, we doing radio station from
New
York, because we had some controller. So right now we on radio.
1440.
The only thing now in Florida, but we on radio right now.
Right, and you'll be localizing it more.
That's correct.
In the coming months.
That's right.
Well, Tom, this seems like a good partnership. Any final words?
Well, it's exactly the kind of thing that we want to do with the Enterprise Center, and particularly for this community, is to give it a voice. That's what this thing is all about. The business people need a voice, the community needs a voice, and that's what we're there for. Final
question. Now that you're fully leased up, can people still call you and get on the waiting list? And are you still having training programs going on there all the time?
Yes and yes. They can call anytime they want. The number's been on the screen, I'm quite sure. If not, look in a phone book and give us a call.
Okay.
But yes, there's always going to be room because people do come in and go out, and that's the nature of the game. So,
well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Our pleasure.
I look forward to getting you in the future. As the saying goes on this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they're usually interrupted by those like Tom Scott and the Reverend Israel Suarez and all the fine people who are associated with the Southwest Florida Enterprise Center who are doing it. We'll see you in a moment right back on Lead Pitch Live.